Now, NASA affiliate parties are expected to hold meetings to discuss the way forward and their relationship with the Orange Democratic Movement just days after it became clear that there are plans to remove Moses Wetangula from the Senate leader of minority position. The Orange Democratic Movement Party has earmarked his deputy, Siaya Senator James Orengo, to take over. Chris Thairo is in Parliament seeking the opinion of some of the legislators there. He now joins us live for an update. Chris, a very good afternoon to you. What is this likely to look at from Parliament for you?
Well, a very good afternoon, and dear viewers. I'm coming to you live from the office of the Minority Leader in the National Assembly, John Mbadi, that is in Parliament, just to give us paint us a picture of what has been transpiring behind the corridors. Remember that last week on Thursday, we saw the Speaker of the Senate read a communication that Minority Leader in the Senate, that is Moses Wetangula, who also happens to be one of the NASA principals, is no longer in that position. And although the Speaker of the Senate said that until another substantive leader of minority is appointed or agreed upon by the NASA party, NASA coalition, then he continues to hold that position. But what we know is that this afternoon at 2 p.m. there will be a meeting of the senators affiliated to NASA in the Senate, and they're expected to decide on who will pick that position. And now I'm joined by the lead of minority in the National Assembly. Mheshimiwa, we know that these are happenings in the Senate, but we know you are the chairman of ODM party, and ODM has been accused of trying to malign the other affiliate parties. Maybe what's the position from now?
Well, I don't think it is true, Chris, that ODM has been maligning other parties. As a matter of fact, I think ODM has felt previously that we were being bullied by our coalition partners, especially regarding the sharing of position. That is not to say that I am part of the goings on in the Senate. I think that's a Senate issue. The appointment of Wetangula as the minority leader was done in consultation with the summit, and I want to be very clear and categorical that there are two ways about this issue. One, the summit is still alive and kicking, is still very strong. NASA is still a coalition, so to speak, of parties, and so the decisions being made in NASA has to be done following the agreements and discussions around the summit and other leadership organs of the coalition. But something that we should also not lose sight of is that the senators have, it is within their rights to discuss and even make a resolution on who leads them. So it is not something that we would say is idle. I think probably if status quo is to be maintained, then we need to have a meeting, or NASA needs to have a meeting, especially at the top level, needs to have a meeting with those senators.
But Mheshimiwa, Moses Wetangula, who is the Bungoma senator, is already on record that as a summit they have not met on that decision, and that decision was ultimately decided by ODM party during the parliamentary group meeting.
No, I don't think it is true that we held, in our PG, we made a resolution to replace the minority leader in the Senate. But what I have since gathered is that the senators themselves met, 16 of them, and made an agreement that they were going to replace Wetangula in the Senate as a Senate minority, and they signed to that effect. The standing orders of the Senate, I think, allows the coalition of parties or party to change its leadership. But what I said earlier, which I want to repeat, is that I think discussion around who leads the Senate or even the National Assembly should be discussed by the leadership of the coalition.
Moving from the Senate, we have reports that that is also expected to happen in the National Assembly. We know that as ODM party with the majority of the seats in the minority, as a minority in the opposition, you have indicated that, or reports have that you also want to replace the deputy minority from Wiper and the whip, Chris Wamalwa from Ford Kenya.
No, I'm not aware of any such move to replace my deputy, that is Robert Mbui, or even Chris Wamalwa. I think we have had our issues within the coalition. Some of us have felt that we have not been treated properly. Some of us have felt that some parties, their leadership or officials have been behaving arrogantly. Remember, just the other day, the MP from Avoko just decided to go and sit on my seat and arrogantly refuses to leave. That, to me, I think is condescending attitude towards the leadership of NASA in the National Assembly and ODM. But I don't think we are going to be vindictive. I have expressed myself as the chair of ODM. I've asked my colleague, chair of WIPA, whom I think has been aggressive on ODM. That is Kevuta Kibwana. Since he became the chair, he has really been aggressing on ODM. I've tried my best to try to not to behave the same way, because really it doesn't help to be fighting your partners. But I don't think ODM would be that vindictive to go the route of even removing Robert Mbui, removing Chris Wamalo, unless now it has been decided that we are dissolving NASA as a coalition. I think that would be far-fetched at this point in time. I know quite a number of us are very unhappy with the behavior of some leaders, but I think being unhappy should not be equal to being vindictive.
Okay, thanks a lot. Akisa, that has been the leader of minority in the National Assembly, John Mbadi. And also remember that we expect tomorrow the three affiliate parties, that is WIPA, Democratic Movement Party, Ford Kenya, and the other affiliate party, that is ANC. They are expected to hold a separate parliamentary group meeting so that their members can be briefed on what transpired between a meeting that happened last week between the four principals. And we also have information that this afternoon, the three principals, Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Moses Wetangula, are expected to be in Kitui West for the by-election campaigns there, and they will be drumming up support for the WIPA candidate, that is Edith Nyenze. Back to you, Akisa.
Our senior political reporter, Chris Tairu, there for us in Parliament. What is happening in NASA is something that we continue to keep tabs on very closely with our reporters on the ground.